What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and Ghost of Tsushima continues to be well received all around the world, especially compared to another PlayStation 4 exclusive that was released a month prior. And we now have that second week sales data from Japan, where Last of Us Part 2 had an 85% drop off, one of the worst we've ever seen, and became almost irrelevant because Japanese audiences hated this game. We've seen the exact opposite with Ghost of Tsushima. It sold double what The Last of Us 2 did in its second week. And we also have some more praise from the Japanese audience about this game, which really irritates a bunch of white people who want to be offended for them. Let's take a look at what sets this up and why I think that it's so impressive. This was what we were talking about the last week. PlayStation says Ghost of Tsushima is selling out in Japan. We showed you this tweet right here. Now, this was put out on July 21st. Ghost of Tsushima has been it's translated, so it says has been well received than we expected, and we are out of stock at some stores. Currently, additional production is underway, but the downloaded version is also available. Please consider together. And this is the PlayStation Japan account. So knowing all of that, we saw what it did that first week. 212,000 in Japan. The highest first-party PS4 game release ever in history in Japan. Absolutely dominated. But then they sold out. A lot of people were worried. What is this drop-off going to be? What could it be? Look at what we have here. 53,000 it sold in its second week. Now, it did get overtaken by Animal Crossing. I'm not sure how Animal Crossing is still selling nearly 100,000 copies in Japan every week. I think that every man, woman, and child in Japan probably has Animal Crossing at this point, but it continues to perform really well. But 53,000, if you remember, The Last of Us Part 2, what it sold its second week after an 85% drop-off, what did it sell? 25,000. Ghost of Tsushima literally doubled the sales of The Last of Us 2 in that second week. Now, it's still a big drop-off. 75%, almost right on the nose, is what that drop-off comes out to, which is huge. But considering the fact that this game is sold out everywhere, that's incredible. The fact that they were still able to move that many, still able to move double of what The Last of Us Part 2 was able to sell. And listen, it's not crazy to explain why this happened. We can see the Metacritic score is still the highest PlayStation 4 exclusive ever for Ghost of Tsushima at a 9.3, and we all know the story about The Last of Us Part 2. The divisiveness that happened, despite the review bombing that went on both sides. Both zeros and tens were being spammed. We've showed that over and over and over again. Even though the media only wants to tell you about the zeros, we tell you about those fake tens that are out there as well. This game was divisive. This game is not. People love Ghost of Tsushima, including the Japanese audience, which is something that I think is huge, to be quite honest with you, because there are a lot of people out there that did not think that a Western game company in Sucker Punch could make a Japanese samurai game and have it be well received by Japanese audiences. For some reason, they don't think that's possible. Well, we have more people here saying what a great job they did. Japan should have made Ghost of Tsushima. Now, that headline is in a good way, says Yakuza creator. Toshihiro Nagoshi praises Sucker Punch's Kurosawa homage. Yakuza creator has heaped praise on Sucker Punch Productions' Ghost of Tsushima, labeling the game amazing and expressing regret that it wasn't made in Japan. Here he is talking about it. These are quotes from him. "We definitely lost to them," Nagoshi said, translated by DualShockers. "I think it's a game that definitely should have been made by Japanese people, but I heard they did a monstrous job collecting data and everything. There's also the Kurosawa mode, showing how they try to pursue an artistic movie feel with the game overall. It's the kind of work made by non-Japanese people that makes you feel they're even more Japanese than us. I think it's amazing." We often believe Western people would never get certain Japanese things, but this game shows this way of thinking is wrong in the first place. That is incredible praise from the creator of Yakuza, and it just shows what we've seen throughout Japanese audiences. We can go back to this first article. You can see here the PS4 exclusive released. It's only the third Western developed game to receive a perfect 40 of 40 score from Japan's Famitsu magazine. So many people love this game, including Japan, and I think that is absolutely huge. Again, when we go back and we look at these sales numbers, that first week, 212,000 blew past The Last of Us 2, blew past Death Stranding to set a record. Of course, worldwide, it was the fastest selling new IP for PS4 in history, so worldwide, it's selling well. Still a fairly big drop off, that 75%, but obviously, like I said, when a game is sold out everywhere, that is incredible that they were still able to move 53,000 copies when PlayStation Japan is saying, hey guys, we're out of things. And if you want to see how many copies are still laying around, we've showed the copies that are laying around in different parts of Asia. We've shown Japan before on this channel. We've shown Hong Kong. We've shown Taiwan. Well, why don't we take a look right now? Let's take a look at in the United States. Let's see if we can find a place in the US. Now, I have this video that was sent to me by someone who watches the channel. They wanted to show me exactly what is at their local Best Buy. This was sent a few days ago. This is from a Best Buy in Michigan. That's all I'll reveal about this video. But take a look. Take a look at all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in there. 5 in that stack. 5 in that stack. Maybe 6. 6 or 7 in that stack. All new copies of The Last of Us 2 that are just sitting there as he puts them back up. I mean, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows? 7. There's another one up there. 7 rows. 7 rows. Each of them have at least 5 copies. Some of them 6 or 7. 40 copies of The Last of Us 2 just sitting there, unsold, untouched. Because people know what happened with this game. That's the way it is all over the place. I've been to several local GameStops. I live in the San Diego area. None of them have physical copies of Ghost of Tsushima. All of them have copies of The Last of Us Part 2. And it's such a clear difference. And it is so awesome to see how Sucker Punch has succeeded in so many of the ways that Naughty Dog failed just a month before. Whether it's being willing to take criticism from fans, whether it's making a game where the gameplay is fun and entertaining, instead of being exhaustive and makes you want to walk away, like we saw with The Last of Us Part 2. Or whether it's just a story about revenge that is rewarding and doesn't preach anything to you, other than what we saw with Naughty Dog and The Last of Us Part 2. But tell me what you think about this. The fact is that this thing in its second week, despite being sold out, despite a big drop-off, still sold twice the amount in Japan that Last of Us Part 2 did. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.